Welcome to our video on the 25 most devastating knockout punches in the history of boxing. In this compilation, we'll showcase some of the most jaw-dropping, bone-crunching, and awe-inspiring knockouts ever seen in the sport. From the thunderous hooks of legends like Sonny Liston and Mike Tyson to the lightning-fast jabs of modern-day champions. Get ready to witness the sheer power and precision of boxing's most explosive punches. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the thrilling world of boxing. At the beginning of his professional career, Amir Khan was the main hope of British boxing. He had everything: incredible speed and punching power. But in the fight with Breidis Prescott, everybody saw his main drawback: the glass jaw. Prescott knocks out Khan in the first round.
Stupid little mistake that was made, and I just need to go back to the drawing board and put it right.
I mean, it's never happened to you before, anything like this, but you will go back to the gym and work on it and come back.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I'm a warrior. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to come back stronger.
James Toney has never been famous for his knockout punch. He was a slippery boxer with a peculiar technique, but sometimes he could give out something incredible. In 1994, he knocked out Charles William and paved the way for a fight with Roy Jones.
Me and Pops worked on the game plans to use short inside shots on the inside.
Were you expecting him to try to out-busy you and put his weight on you?
That's Prince Charles, that's the only way he know how to fight. And he's a stupid fighter. Like I said, I can adapt to any style, no matter what.
After the disqualification of Roy Jones in the fight with Montel Griffin, and in fact in the first defeat of his career, Roy, in a rematch with a left hook in the first round, showed all the haters who was the best boxer on the planet.
That was a leaping left hook. Thank everybody and Pensacola. Roy Jones still number one and gonna be that way, baby. For all these doubters, him and all the rest of them that think Roy Jones is a fluke, now they know. Now, back to where I am. I am redeemed. I deserve to be back pound for pound number one because I am. It's just like that. I don't even want to hear nothing else. I should be pound for pound the best.
1962 was remembered for the fact that the future legend Cassius Clay, alias Muhammad Ali, was knocked down for the first time in his career in a fight against Sonny Banks. But then he was able to turn the tide of the battle and finished it ahead of schedule.
Yes, that was my first time knocked down as a professional, and I had to get up to take care of things after that because it was rather embarrassing me on the floor. And as you know, I think that I'm the greatest, and I'm not supposed to be on the floor, so I had to get up and put him on out in 4, as I predicted.
In 2017, two generations met in London. Longtime champion Vladimir Klitschko and the fresh blood of heavyweight Anthony Joshua. Joshua won in the 11th round. But most of all in this fight, we all remember this crazy uppercut. Deontay Wilder is one of the most devastating punchers of our time. He will surely find his place in the history of boxing. He does not use multi-series combinations. All of his tactics are sharpened for one crushing blow, which will end the fight. That's how it was in the fight with Luis Ortiz.
Down goes Ortiz! Oh my goodness!
In November 1986, we saw the birth of the youngest heavyweight world champion in history, Mike Tyson. he defeated champion Trevor Burbank, who fell to the canvas several times after Mike's crushing blows.
And he goes down. He goes down. He should be able to get up from this.
Mike Tyson, 20 years old, a heavyweight champion. How does it feel to be wearing this belt?
Well, it's the moment I waited for all my life since I started the game of boxing. And as everyone said, that Burbick didn't have a chance. Burbick was a very tough, very strong. It's like very strong. I was never expecting to be as strong like that. I knew he was strong, but I didn't expect him to be as strong as me. And he was very strong. But I was calm, and I was timing my punch. Every punch I do with bad intention in a vital area.
Sonny Liston is one of the most intimidating boxers in history. In 1962, he faced world champion Floyd Patterson. In those days, there was only one belt and one champion. So it was the main event in the boxing world. Everyone was waiting for a great fight, but it turned out that Liston's power was beyond Patterson's strength, and he was finished off in the first round. Until 2004, Roy Jones seemed unbeatable. But then Antonio Tarver appeared, who openly challenged him to a fight. At the end of 2003, the fight took place and raised many questions. Jones claimed the victory, but questions remained, and 6 months later, Tarver showed that the era of the great Roy Jones had come to an end.
I got a question. You got any excuses tonight, Roy? Let's not ask questions like that. Let's go to work. Tonight, Roy. Let's go to work. Sustained attack against him.
And down goes Jones on a hard attack, and that is the most that Roy Jones has ever been hurt. Only lose about.
You said before the fight to Roy, no excuses this time. Did you see that he was vulnerable the way he was fighting you?
No, the man came out strong. He tried to dictate early, but I stayed confident, I stayed composed, and I knew it was a matter of time. When God is with you, can nothing be against you. And I knew it was my time. Judge that. Judge that, baby. Judge that.
Undefeated WBA World Super Welterweight Champion Mike McCallum defends his title against the former unified WBA, WBC, and IBF World Welterweight Champion and reigning USBA Super Welterweight Champion Donald Curry. This was a very dangerous fight for both men, arguably still both in their prime and their careers far from over. Curry was the 2-1 favorite. The fight was televised live on HBO, and McCallum scored a huge win with a devastating one-punch knockout of Donald Curry.
And there is a left hand by Mike McCallum that came out of the blue and put Donald Curry.
It was a hard fight for you up until the last moment, wasn't it?
Very, very hard. I expected that because Donald Curry, the very, very great champion. You know it, I do.
Considered by boxing fans in the 70s and 80s as one of the greatest action-oriented boxers, the great light heavyweight champion Matthew Saad Muhammad makes his 5th title defense of the WBC belt against Lottie Wale. Wale at the time was undefeated, but Muhammad dealt the first defeat of his career in the 4th round.
Well, he's a very good, outstanding boxer. Lottie Wale is a good, very good counterpuncher. I'll tell you, England has them. But as always, I'm always in condition. I told you that I would be in the best of condition for this fight. But I'm ready. Allahu Akbar.
Anthony Joshua and Dylan White get to settle an old score when the two heavyweights met for the vacant British title. The two rivals had met once before, back in their amateur days. On that occasion, White came out on top, knocking his opponent down on the way to scoring a points victory. A brilliant battle ensued between the two Brits. In the 7th round, Anthony pins White to the ropes with a brilliant attack. With an accurate uppercut to the jaw, Joshua sends his opponent to the floor of the ring. On August 2008, it was announced that Shane Mosley would fight in the light middleweight against former world champion Ricardo Mayorga. The fight was to take place at the Home Depot Center in California on September 27, 2008. It was the first time since 2000 that Mosley would fight in his home state. The fight was for the vacant WBA Intercontinental Light Middleweight title. The boxers did their best to put on a show for the audience. It was a spectacular and intriguing duel to the very end, with a most unexpected ending. In 1997, famed for his battling style and warrior-like heart, Mickey Ward headed into a bout with Alfonso Sanchez as the heavy underdog, despite the fact that he was just coming off an 8-fight win streak.
Turning me around, baby. I'm talking about if I were.
In the 7th round, Ward threw a savage shot into Sanchez's liver, knocking Sanchez down to be counted out.
The most unlikely knockout you have ever seen.
That was a kidney shot.
A great fight between two rising contenders in the heavyweight division, Derek Jefferson and Maurice Harris.
Protect yourself at all times and respect the bell. Touch him up. Touch him up. Thank you.
Derek stunningly stopped Maurice in the 6th round of one of the best heavyweight brawls in recent memory. In 1990, Mike Tyson came to Japan to defend his titles against James Douglas. Few people doubted that Tyson would win. Bets on the fights were at a rate of 45-1 in his favor. However, in front of thousands of spectators who filled the Tokyo Dome and millions who watched this fight live worldwide, the most sensational event in the history of boxing took place. The hopeless underdog Douglas, in the 10th round, boxed like never before and unleashed a brutal uppercut followed by a 4-punch combination of hooks that knocked Tyson out for the first time in his career.
It's over. It's over.
Mike Tyson has been knocked out.
Unbelievable.
The second fight between Floyd Patterson and Sonny Liston took place on July 22, 1963 in Las Vegas. This time, everything was fundamentally different. Bets were placed at 4-1 in favor of Liston. As was the case in the first fight, the knockout happened unexpectedly. Floyd tried to get up, but was clearly stunned.
Jarring right hands are followed by the knockout blow, the left uppercut. Two jarring right hands are followed by the knockout blow, the left uppercut.
A great fight between two heavyweight contenders in Missouri, USA for the vacant IBC heavyweight title, Tommy Morrison and Donovan Ruddock. Morrison, who for many years lived in Kansas City and called it home, was fighting on his home turf. Ruddock had gotten the attention of the boxing world with a big KO performance over Michael Dokes and James Bone Crusher Smith. However, he was known for his two, albeit losing, fights against Mike Tyson. WBO World Bantamweight Champion Zolane Tete knocked out Siboniso Gonya in 6 seconds, setting a new world record for the fastest ever knockout in a world title fight, as the referee called a halt 11 seconds into the first round. In 2013, 35-year-old Adonis Stevenson threw one hard punch, and that was all it took as the Canadian won the WBC World Light Heavyweight title from Chad Dawson via first-round knockout. A single left cross caught Dawson on the side of the head, causing the champion to go limp and fall flat on his back to the canvas. Anytime Lucas Mathis is in the ring, the possibility of an explosive KO is increased. The 30-year-old Argentinian is one of the sport's hardest punchers and one of the most feared men at 140 pounds. This time he defends his interim WBC welterweight title against Mike Dallas Jr. In the first round, Mike misses an incoming right hook from which he falls to the floor. Chris Eubank defended his WBO super middleweight title for the second time in 1992 against American boxer John Jarvis. It only took 3 rounds for Eubank to find his distance and land the knockout blow, a brutal right cross that snapped Jarvis's head around before it bounced off the canvas. Jarvis didn't get up in time to continue and was counted out by the referee. Eubank defended his title 12 more times before losing it to Steve Collins. It was just a mind-boggling knockout for a man to generate this much power from such an awkward angle, and it was something special. As is usually the case when Julian Jackson lands the right hand, his opponent found himself lying flat, unconscious on the canvas. There is no exception to the fact here, as a dynamite right hand left Wayne Powell out and in need of emergency services.
Julian Jackson, very impressive. A couple of shots were...
In October 2007, Australia's Kali Meehan moved closer to the second crack at the heavyweight boxing world title when he took on WBC champion Deverell Williamson. A few seconds before the end of the 6th round, Kali landed a hard right hook and knocked out Williamson, becoming the new champion. In May 2012, 3-time super middleweight champion Mikkel Kessler clashes with power puncher Alan Green. The winner was in line to face the WBC light heavyweight champion Bernard Hopkins. The outcome was decided in the 4th round when Kessler flattened Green in one of the most spectacular one-punch knockouts you will ever see.
Fantastic.
WBA and WBO light welterweight champion Danny Garcia ensured he'd make the headlines after knocking out Rod Salka in devastating fashion in the 2nd round of their fight in Brooklyn. The American made light work of Salka, with the latter forced to retire after a stunning left hook knocked him out cold.
Statement made by Danny Garcia. Still a little wobbly, but he's back on his feet.
If you enjoyed this video, please click the like, leave us a comment, and hit the bell to turn on notifications so you won't miss our next video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so right now. See you next time in the ring.